Hello, everyone. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Mr. Vass, why are you so smartly dressed when we're in the middle of a lockdown? There's quite literally nowhere you can go. But it's Friday, isn't it? And it's the day where we are all wearing something which makes us smile. And I'm wearing my wedding suit. Here you go. Here's the suit I got married in. So this is the thing that makes me smile. I hope you're joining in at home. I hope you're wearing something that makes you happy as well. We're thinking today in our PSHE lesson about exactly this. We're thinking about the reason that we are all doing this. So maybe mums and dads have spoken to you about this already. Maybe you just think, great, this is the day where I get to wear some cool stuff. Let's have a think together about why we're doing this then. Okay, so I want to start off actually with a slide that I did show you earlier in the year when we were talking about something else in PSHE. And I showed you this slide and we started to talk about emotions and feelings. And I asked you, can you spot some of the different emotions we can see here? Maybe you can say some of those out loud now. And I wonder how many of these emotions you felt this week. Have you felt happy? Have you felt really playful and joyful? Or have you felt maybe like some of these other people on the screen? Have you felt a bit sad? Have you felt quite anxious and worried? Have you felt angry? Maybe you felt a bit bored. And we're going to be thinking today about some of these less happy feelings, because sometimes we do feel like that. And I bet actually some of you this week at various points, including the mums and dads at home, have probably felt some of these different things. And what we're going to be thinking about today is Children's Mental Health Week. Now, this is the reason that we are all actually dressed up today in some nice happy things which make us smile. This is our way of kind of noting and celebrating this particular week. Now, it wouldn't be silly at all if you are thinking this question. Yes, because we're thinking about Children's Mental Health Week, but what is mental health? It's a good question. It's not a silly question at all. So I think if I actually sort of start a little bit further back and think about physical health first of all, because I think this is a bit easier for us to relate to and understand. Your physical health is to do with your body. If something goes wrong with your physical health, it's really easy to spot and it's really easy to know what to do. So if, for example, you break your bone, that's to do with your physical health. And what do you do when you break your bone? You go to hospital, you see a doctor. Everyone kind of knows what they're doing with physical health. You know, it's got really obvious signs and symptoms. Your body's hurting, and it's usually pretty easy to know what to do about it. Now, mental health is different. Mental health is to do with your mind, and it's about how you think and feel. And sometimes you might feel sad or worried. And a bit unlike your physical health, it can be tricky to know what to do about that, or who to see or who to speak to. So we're going to think a little bit about that today. Now, one other thing you might be thinking, okay, right, this is Children's Mental Health Week. You know, why is it only 1 week? Is it not happening the rest of the year? Well, your mental health is important all the time. But this week is just a week where we kind of think about it, learn about it, find out some ways to improve it. So you can think of it a bit like Valentine's Day. You know, mum and dad don't only love each other on Valentine's Day. It's just the one day of the year where they kind of celebrate it, think about it, and reflect on it. And that's kind of what we're doing here. So Children's Mental Health Week, that's what we are thinking about. Now, again, because I've sort of mentioned some of these things, you might be going, okay, right, so is Children's Mental Health Week about only feeling happy and always feeling happy? Is it okay to feel sad? Is it okay to feel angry? Is it okay to feel worried? I want you to pause the video and have a quick chat about that at home. What do you think? Is it okay to feel sad, angry, and worried? Okay, all of these emotions and any other emotion you can think of really are very normal. Everyone feels sad, angry, worried, lonely, things like that from time to time. Looking after your mental health doesn't mean you never feel like that. It means having strategies to help you when you do. And that's what we're going to be thinking about in today's video. We're going to think about some strategies to help us feel good and feel positive and to smile like we are doing with our clothes today as well. So what can we do to help our mental health? I've got a few tips for you. Number one, my number one tip, talk to your family and friends. Now, Particularly, talk to them if you are feeling about these emotions, talk to them about those emotions, tell them that you're feeling a bit sad, tell them that you're feeling worried, tell them if you're feeling a bit lonely. They will be able to help you out. And it might not immediately make things better, but actually even sharing it is really handy. You might remember when we read this book, Ruby's Worry. I think this was during our last lockdown, wasn't it? This girl in the book, Ruby, had this worry, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. And the more she thought about it, the more worried she got. But she didn't tell anyone about it. And the worry got bigger and bigger, and eventually it became too much, and she felt really, really sad. Now, in the book, what Ruby did was she shared her worry. She told someone else about the worry, in this case, her mum. And when she told her mum about it, her mum and her had a really good conversation. And that worry got smaller. And this is the really good thing about worries. I sometimes say a worry shared is a worry halved. So if you're sharing it, you're making it smaller. And I think that's a really good thing to remember, that talking to people really helps. And even if you're not actually talking about your worries or things that are making you sad, just talking to your friends can be a really, really good way to cheer you up. Here's my second tip. Keep active to boost your mood. Now, I know Joe Wicks is always banging on about this, isn't he? When he's not sort of doing Pikachus or Star Jumps or whatever, he's always saying, hey guys, when you keep fit, it makes you happy. And although you might think he's just some sort of guy with crazy hair that's a bit of a nutter, he's right. And there's science behind it as well. It's true. When you are working out and keeping fit, there's a special hormone in your body called serotonin. And these kind of, you can think of this as a bit like kind of happy chemical. Serotonin is the hormone in your body which keeps you in good mood, keeps you positive, it reduces anxiety, it makes you feel happy. So when we work out, when we exercise, when we get our body going, it's science. Our body does react and get happy. So this is a really, really good one. You might think exercising is all about your physical health. It's not. It really improves your mental health as well. Now that special hormone I talked about, serotonin, another good way you can get this is from being outside, because sunlight helps you to produce it as well. So another really good thing you can do, get out, go on a walk, go on a bike ride, whatever you like to do outside to keep active. That's a really good way to boost your mood as well. Usually you're doing 2 in 1, aren't you? Because you're getting that sunlight and you're exercising from walking or running or cycling, whatever you're doing. So lots of different ways you are boosting the serotonin in your body and therefore boosting your mood. It's a really good one. Now, exercising can also help you with this one as well. Get a good night's sleep. Now, I know some of you guys probably think, oh, why have I got a bedtime? Why have I got to go to bed at this time? I'm sure mum and dad are having loads of fun without me downstairs. I can promise you they're not. It's not that exciting after dark. And it's really, really important to get into a good sleeping routine. Exercise will really help with that. So obviously you'll use up energy and feel more ready for sleep at the end of the day. The best thing you can do is to get into a good routine. That means going to bed at the same time each day and getting up at the same time each day. That really helps your body get into that good sleeping pattern, good sleeping routine. Now, my other bit of advice here, and you might, well, maybe you're a bit upset about this, but it's true. Don't use your screens and your technology and stuff just before bedtime, because there's another special hormone in your body called melatonin. And your body sort of builds this up when it gets dark. And when it gets dark, your body goes, okay, yeah, it's time for sleep now. And it really helps you to get a good night's sleep. And what stops melatonin being produced? Looking at bright lights and screens. And so if you're looking at your screen before bedtime, you're not producing that special hormone called melatonin. And then your body's not actually ready for sleep. And then you don't get a good night's sleep. And then the next day you feel tired. And then you feel a bit sad and you feel a bit anxious and worried. So getting a good night's sleep is crucial. It really boosts your mood. That's a good one. Number 4, be thankful for the good things. You don't need me to tell you, we are living through one of the trickiest periods of living memory, probably since the war. We are in a really, really, really tough time. So it's really easy to focus on all the bad things, all the things that we can't do, all the things we're sad about. And I want you just to sort of retrain yourself to actually think sometimes about some of the good things as well. Because even if they're really small, we've all got some really, really good things in our life. And taking a few moments each day to actually think about what you're really grateful for can help you to focus on the good things as well as the bad. So an example might be, rather than spending all day moaning about I've got to stay inside and I can't go and see my friends, I can't get out and that stuff, I'm actually going to flip that a little bit. I'm going to say I'm really thankful that actually I live so close to so many nice parks, because even though we're only really allowed out for a quick walk each day, I get some really nice places to go for a walk. Chichester is full of really lovely parks. Your grateful thing might be I'm really glad to have mum and dad around. So yes, there's not many people we can see at the moment, but I'm really glad, mum and dad or whoever you live with are those people that you can see. So maybe it's that. Try and think about something you are really grateful for each day. It can be a really, really small thing. It doesn't need to be something massive. I think we can all think of something we are grateful for. Now, in our household, we actually make this part of our dinner time routine. We think of something we're really happy about that day, something that went really good, or sorry, something that went really well that day, something that was really good that day. So maybe incorporate this into yours at dinner time. Maybe ask mum or dad, what are you grateful for today? And finally, I want you to plan in time to do things you enjoy. Now, I know at the moment there's an awful lot of Mr. Vass telling you what to do in video lessons, but that's not all your day, is it? I want you to plan in time to do things that you enjoy. Now, maybe that's getting out and about for a little bit of exercise. Maybe that's doing some artwork. Maybe the thing you love most is doing some baking or cooking. Maybe it's connecting with friends, doing some FaceTime and Zooms and stuff. Maybe that's what makes you happy. Maybe you've got something different. Whatever it is, find the time to do it. Think of what it is that makes you feel happy and do it. Now, it's really tough being at home at the moment, but this is something I'm sure everyone can do. So rather than Mr. Vass telling you, here's what you've got to do now, get writing, get doing some maths or whatever, for today's lesson, I'm actually going to leave it up to you to decide what you do next. I want you to do some of these things. Are you going to go and talk to mum and dad? Are you going to go and get some exercise? Are you going to go and do some baking? Are you going to go and Zoom some friends? Are you going to talk with mum and dad or brother and sister about things that you're really grateful for at the moment? I want you to go and put some of these things into practice. So it's actually up to you what you do next. Okay, everyone, I'm really glad we've been thinking about this because I think it's really, really important. And that is the end of our week. And normally on a Friday afternoon in school, we would hand out our blue certificates, our start of the week certificates. And obviously we haven't been able to do that lately, but I wanted to make an exception because I am incredibly, incredibly proud of all of you. And so my blue certificate this week is for all of Year 3's home learners and the adults that help them. You're doing a great job. It is incredibly tough at the moment, but I'm really, really proud of each and every one of you. And I'm really thankful to those mums and dads at home helping you out as well. It's a tough time, but you're doing a great job. Well done, everyone. You've reached the end of the week. Have a lovely weekend, very well deserved, and look forward to seeing you on Monday. Bye, everyone.